You just gotta keep moving forward.
Hey everybody, welcome to week 1 of IHSEA's Overwatch season. Our first matchup today is going to be a matchup between Jones College Prep and Whitney Young. I am Coach Dalton McGee, the Director of Esports for Springfield Public Schools, and I am joined today by Coach Chris Terpstra of Naperville North.
Hi, everybody. Yep, this is Coach Terp, tournament organizer and coach for Naperville North High School. So glad you guys can join us tonight on this premier matchup. Most of our other matches have either finished or are close to being done. We're keeping an eye on some of those scores, and we can maybe do a little update on what was going on in the rest of IHSCA later today. But for tonight, yep, we've got a battle of the CPS schools for Jones and Whitney. Jones, a perennial player in our IHSEA system. A lot of great teams coming out of that school, especially for League of Legends.
Mhm.
Whitney Young, very new. Looks like they got some higher skilled players. At least looks like they played a lot, looking at their rankings there. So that's always good. Other than that, I really don't know too much about these teams. How about you, Dalton?
Yeah, we played against Jones College Prep last year in the regular season. They actually were Springfield's first loss. They upset us, and it was a humbling moment to say the least when we were rolling a bit, feeling good, and Jones took us down. And so there's a certain amount of respect I have for them at this point in Overwatch. And as you said, Whitney Young, we just know nothing about. They haven't had an Overwatch team up until now, but as you just commented on, the fact that Owen Sauce and Red Frost, these two are not new Overwatch players. They've been playing for a while, so I'm excited to see what they bring to the table here today.
Awesome. All right. Well, we're going to get ready to roll here. So, the way that these matches work, just to kind of break it down for those that are just tuning in, we are playing a best of 5 matchup. So, yes, first to 3 wins is another way to think about it. You could actually have 2 wins and 2 ties, but the idea is that you're going to play until the other team cannot catch up anymore within a 5-game series. Our first map brings us to an escort map tonight on Dorado. One of my personal favorite escort maps. I really enjoy the many angles and the honestly the high ground that can be occurred all over the place on this map, ins and outs and stuff like that. Really brings a lot to this map as far as strategies go. So we'll see what these teams have to bring. Dalton, you want to talk about the map at all before we get rolling?
Yeah, I was just going to echo that sentiment. Dorado's so fun because there are some maps in this game that there is just sort of a more right choice for team compositions, and Dorado's not one of those. You see people bring out all kinds of goofy stuff. You see pirate ships here sometimes. You see Sim Torb here sometimes. Certainly, Farah Echo is really good, particularly point A and B. So I think it's going to be fun to see what they bring out. It's always something a little different, and Lord help us if there's a good Doomfist player in this lobby.
There we go. All right. Well, I'm gonna check here. So I'm gonna say caster's ready.
You guys are in Twitch chat hanging out. Hype your teams up, cheer them on. It's going to be exciting to start off our IHSA season. This is our first stream match of the 2020-2021 school year. So it's exciting. The Rocket League's tomorrow, and we're ready to get going here.
Yeah, it's going to be. We are. I can't tell you how hyped we actually are to get this esports season underway. COVID outside the window, it's always great to do esports, but we are the one sport, the one club, the one anything that can fully run in this current environment that we're in. And that's why it's so great that you were able to bring this to kids and have everybody participating and ready to go. We're still rating on some R's, so we'll take a second here, and I think Whitney Young needs a second, so we'll stretch that out a little bit.
Will you walk us through how our map progression goes throughout these matches this year?
I would be happy to do so. So we have a map pool that's kind of all set up. Granted, it's all maps can get used, but we're going to rotate every time we finish a map. We're going to go to another type, and then our losers will get to choose that map. So the loser of this one will get to choose an assault map for map 2, and we'll play that one out. And then the next map, the loser from map 2 will then get to pick map 3, which is a hybrid, and then we'll move on to map 4, control if necessary, and map 5 will go circle right back around to escort again. So just kind of rotates through through this, and it's going to do the same thing every week. We'll start on a different type, so the one that we start on will always also change from week to week, but we're going to rotate through those matches. So if you're a school that really likes to play control maps, there'll be some weeks where you could possibly play 2 of those in a week if you get all the way to map 5. Other ones, again, it just depends on what you like. So that's how we work our map selection. Loser gets to pick the map, winner gets to pick attack or defense if applicable. Control, that would be a no, but every other map, yes. Let's see. Go easy on us. Okay. Well, hopefully not too much. Hopefully
Says
not
the
too
team
much.
with the standard Overwatch logo.
Yes,
There's team
yes.
logos here.
Yeah. They'll always get the Pachamaris on the other side. So, okay, looks like we got ours on both sides. And here
Exciting.
we go. Starting it up.
Traveling to the right. Initiating match.
All right.
For those listening, and I apologize, my dog decides to go crazy in the background. Hopefully he's calming down at this point, but you never know.
Let's see a first look at our Overwatch season here. Who are they going to bring out to start off Dorado?
As we look at these names, anything jump out at you? I already said mine was Cosine. I'm a big math fan, so that one kind of grabbed my bacon strip maybe on the other
I
side.
was going to say, I kind of like bacon strip quite a bit. Candy for days. Not just candy occasionally, but candy for days.
I'm all about piece candy.
Yeah.
Ooh, piece candy.
Last year, my favorite gamer tag of all IHSEA players was definitely our Fortnite player, Dolphin Meat, who, if I'm not mistaken, was from Salem, if I'm not mistaken.
Here, I thought you liked the one that we couldn't figure out what it was until somebody told us it was Blitzcrank.
See, you know, I would like Blitzcrank if his Doomfist didn't give me gray hair.
Yes, I know your blood pressure went up every time he came out on that thing.
Bacon strip, though, on the Junkrat, too, playing a character fitting the aesthetic of his name. Here we go, Torp Turret showing there. Like I said, we see a little different traditional comps come out here. Dive showing from the offense.
Offense decided to come out on top and not get themselves away on point right away. So he's coming around the corner. Jones holding that high ground.
Double shield strong when you're playing a Torbjorn, but it's going to be dangerous potentially if they get a quick dive in on them. They're not going to be able to deal with it. And the Lucio goes up, gets the
kill on both sides. Red Frost goes down, as does Jijak.
damage and tanks trade so far. There goes two supports for each side. Even fight so far. No clear winner. Torp Turret doing work on the Lucio.
Looking like Jones might be able to hold on to this one. But of course, they've got the longer spawn walk, so...
And look at Torp's turret. They didn't deal with it.
Oh, yeah. Got to take that turret out. Just stay up on the high ground.
Yeah, and Cosine's got to take a look at that, too, and maybe just get up there and disrupt it. Looks like Sommer's looking to maybe hack it. She's up there. Owen Sauce behind them, but they've rotated back around the corner.
Yep, just take it out. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Now they got it.
Diva eats a good amount of that molten core, but not all of it.
Yes, this is still going to move a little bit. Bacon Strip does take out Cosine. They're down a tank. They're going to have to back out of this. Oh, maybe not. I say that, and there goes that Spirit. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong.
Yeah, and I think that Bacon Strip's getting a lot of value out of Junkrat because there's just not enough shields to really stop his grenades whatsoever, especially in these small chokes.
So. Yes, he's already almost to his ultimate. As we start to look at that, there comes the Coalescence coming out. As this payload continues to move.
Shared beat drops come out. Lots of health on the field. Unlikely to see somebody die. Here comes
the big hack.
Oh,
there it is. Oh, that thing just dropped. Wow, okay. That might have been a little on the overkill side. So
perhaps.
In this particular case, you know, the hack clearly was getting everybody to drop the Reaper one on top of that. I didn't know if that was absolutely necessary. But in this case now, I do believe we're going to have a bit of an ult advantage going to Jones, being able to set this up.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, clarify for me, if the Lucio beat drop comes out first and gives all those shields, does a hack from EMP immediately after get rid of all of them immediately, or do they stay?
No, they stay.
Okay, I thought so. It did seem like Reaper got a lot of quick kills there once he popped that Death Blossom, but...
Yeah, I think the Jones beat drop that did come out was wearing off or had worn off right around that time of that EMP. Candy for Days trying to stay alive.
Diva Bomb coming in.
Here comes the V-Bomb. Oh, gets clipped. Just have a mercy, but it's still going to set Jones back.
Yep. It's so hard to get value out of a Diva Bomb offensively when the other team has double shield.
Yeah. You almost need to have a lockdown or a stun or something like that. Oh, there's a decent
1, 2,
shatter,
3.
But again, not exactly sure why the usage. You were already down 4 players on your team, and then you dropped it. Unless they're looking for a trade out. Let's see if that's what it does.
No, it doesn't look like.
Oh, yeah,
that's exactly what he's doing.
Okay. There. I'm like, if he does it, I'm like, that was suspect. But nope. I think
getting his money's worth there.
There you go. He's like, look, if I'm going to swap it out, try to save B here, I'm going to get on the Diva.
You know, it's worth noting that Whitney Young might have already completed this point had one person stayed back on cart, but through that whole fight, the payload was not moving.
Yep.
And here we go.
With their shields, full engage in the open area, and again, Whitney Young just pressuring in their face with that dive combination. Bacon Strip getting the value out of his stuff. He's got a Riptire coming up. They're going to have to have that for a defense here. They're going to hold anything off, but for right now, it's all Whitney Young pushing through point B. Yeah,
and what is it that Jones is struggling with right now from Whitney Young?
I think it's just the in your face. You know, you've got everything that's going. You know, Sommer's got another EMP. You know, Red Frost is getting value getting inside those tanks' face because, as you see, that's where they're really focusing a lot of their DPS is getting in.
Here comes that Riptire.
Yep, here it comes.
Tries to go behind and Diva sniffs it out. Is she going to be able to stop it? Yeah, her and Winston take care of it.
And at this point now it's full. So here comes the blast. The backside gets 2.
Nice wombo combo there.
Let's see if they hold on to the rest of their ults. I think they should.
They absolutely should.
Yeah.
They're going to get one more recontest here, and they're going to need everything they got for it.
Yep.
But look, both support ults. The Death Blossom, the Angry Monkey coming to the party.
Everything's going to be used to push off everyone. So there goes Monkey. Red Frost can go in and just stop him from even getting the point.
M-Fix
so they've abandoned it again.
Cart,
so there we go. Now they come back.
Definitely something to pay attention to if you're Whitney Young here. That's twice you've got real excited.
Yep. Easily could have won. It's not that they won't win, but you think in the grand scheme of things, they could have saved themselves probably half a minute or more had they remembered to stay on cart.
Especially with the potentially very long stall here.
It's
Lucky
coming.
They're coming. Oh, but he's got to get close to payload or he's not going to touch it.
Gotta get on it. Oh, okay. Well, I will say this again. 257 left on the clock. Should have been something like about 4 minutes, depending on how things have gone in that map. But as far as being assertive and dominant in this case, yes, all Whitney Young. So we'll take a look at what Jones can bring to the table on their attack run.
Twitch chat loving Red Frost right now. All about that Whitney Young DPS player.
Here we go. Nothing like good old Reaper in your face.
You expect to see the same composition for Whitney Young in defense? Or you think they're going to change something up here?
I think they're going to change it up a little bit. I don't think you're going to have the full-on Reaper on defense. Doesn't really make a whole lot of sense unless the tank comp on the other side comes in. But again, if it's something he's feeling comfortable with and it's working for him, you may see it. But so doesn't look like much of a change.
No, not yet.
You know, coming out. Well, they're on defense, so.
You're seeing a lot of Reaper Sombra right now, and a lot of, I see a lot of collegiate play. Reaper Sombra is happening a ton right now.
Yes, it is. Yeah, but it all is dependent upon how fast you can get those EMPs.
Yep.
Reaper will get his as long as he's in the face of those tanks and doing what he's supposed to do, and getting his damage going. But those EMPs, how fast you can farm those, that's what makes this comp work. If you're a little on the slower side, if you're behind the other team, especially if they're running a similar comp or mirror comp, and they're running a Sombra, it's that race to the EMP is what matters most.
All right, half dive coming out from Jones. Let's see if it can benefit them here against Whitney's strong start.
Going a little pharmacy.
Yeah, a little echo pharmacy.
Kind of echo pharmacy, I call it, yes. You want to go with it, but it's not a bad idea. Kind of split up some of this. It really takes away some of that dive potential that Red Frost has.
Check out Winston. Cosine here getting.
And he can't go down like that. They do manage to take out Amu's mech, but not enough. They're going to have to regroup here.
As soon as that Sigma shield is down, Owen Sauce just has free reign on hacking whoever he wants.
Yeah. Would like to see a little bit longer of a stall there. Take out Lucky a little bit later, but that's all right. One of those things you can kind of pick up when you've got that one isolated and stuff like that. Just those 3-4 extra seconds goes a long way as a match continues on. So.
Yeah, I think that we're seeing a real clear problem with cohesion and staying together from Jones right now. They're a little all over the place, not sure where they're going. As I say that, of course, Amu's out of position and quickly punished.
Way out of position, yep.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to fall back. They should be able to get underneath the bridge before, but Amu's going to get back in a hurry too. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take the view to the other side. Yep, so they've gone through the underpass, but we'll definitely have a re-engage on the other side of the fountain here. Unless we can get another kick at some point.
Found out by Bacon Strips. May gets out of there in time. I think this adjustment to May is actually a really smart one. Because here we
big EMP come through. Whitney Young just shuts that push down.
Absolutely. The EMP carries that fight. Doesn't need anything else. And now we have 5 ults online.
Exactly. And that is the greatest part about the EMP. 1, how quick it can be farmed, and 2, the fact that it can be used as a standalone ult. It is not necessary to pair with anything else to get the job done. So yeah, exactly. You can save everything else in there. But that's the idea. You have to know if you're ult tracking when that EMP is coming online. You got to space yourself out, especially make sure your healers are spaced out. But as we keep going.
Man, I'll tell you what. Amu's got to be careful. Very often out of position, barely gets out back to her healer, but again, the Echo is just getting free ran on her. There he goes. Diva Bomb's coming out.
Any value.
Sigma Shield.
Candy
Mercy
drop.
stops, but gets lit up immediately. Reaper going up top, coming down, looks for a Death Blossom, doesn't even need it. This fight is over.
Yep.
If you're a Sombra player watching Owen Sauce right now at home and you're feeling like you're not getting your EMPs as fast, what do you need to do as Sombra to maximize how fast you get EMPs?
Well, it's a combination of all her skills that kind of add up into that. But you know, the main thing comes from your your hacks as far as like the largest amount of percentages. But if you can join your team on those DPS runs and let loose with a few good clips, that's really going to jump that up there. But you know, it's basically knowing how to balance all those skills and constantly, looking for, here comes another one.
Oh,
There
good
we go.
Yikes.
Yeah, they're going to dump everything onto that one. I mean, if you guys were watching, like, literally it was one other, they used it, had one other contact, and now she's right back at it. So the second time around, ready to go again.
I think if you're a Sombra too, if you see a Diva on the opposing team, you start to get a real big smile. Because
you're like, ooh,
you
I
get
can
big
farm
hacks.
for days.
Yep, you could just unload your clips on that Diva all day.
Farm for days.
Okay, Jones, they got to do something different here. They do have a few ults.
See what they decide to pop here. 15 seconds left to go. Push comes underneath, out in the open. Are they going to use their ults?
Diva Bomb.
Diva Bomb.
Oh, it's going to get his opposite number out of mech with it. Blizzard is huge. Can't they get anything out of it?
Amu gets taken out. The B-drop comes down.
They've got to focus Cosine so much harder.
Yep. But again, teams are split. We're into overtime, so they got to stay with that point.
Right now, this fight is going to go the way of Jones, but if they don't clean this up, it's going to quickly turn the other way.
Very much so.
And
Mech, and Mixed Fix dies to his own rocket.
That is tough.
That
Here we go.
Like that may be it.
There it is. Already has another one.
Ready to go.
Going to clean up after that, and Whitney Young going to ride their Sombra's good play to a very decisive first map ride.
Very impressive. Love the aggressive in-your-face style that they bring with that dive comp. Always a lot of fun to watch. Nothing like double shield. Oh, I just crashed something awful.
Oh no. Well, I'll tell you what. We're here on board with this play of the game. Red Frost does get the play of the game, but absolutely assisted by this EMP that's about to come out from his Sombra. There it is. Look how big this is. Woo!
And one Death Blossom to boot.
Tough. Look at the 73% kill participation by Cosine. It didn't seem like Cosine was dying all that often, but obviously he was in the mix because look how high that kill participation is.
Yeah. And a lot of the credit always needs to go to your supports. If you're mixing it up on a dive comp and nobody's kicked it in a while, I mean, a lot of that comes to, one, your rotations that need to occur, but two, your supports that are just working, doing what they need to do. And with Moira especially, you have to know that balance between the damage and the heals to make sure that you constantly can max output that character. So,
I seem to remember getting roasted on stream for that exact problem I was having from you last year.
Yeah.
No, the support for Whitney Young, definitely the unsung hero there. It just their tanks were up the whole time.
Okay, so let's see. We're going to say JCP map choice, and it's a assault.
Going to assault next. What are we going to see? We could see some Hanamura here potentially.
Yep, I saw Hanamura earlier today. I think I saw a couple people talking about how they ran some Anubis. So a little 2CP going on.
Both teams have, or no, rather, Whitney Young has shown that they have a good Junkrat player. So they might, and I lied. It was Bacon Strip. My colors are backwards right now. Bacon Strip, a good Junkrat player. So maybe that Temple of Anubis pick if he's pressuring his team. If you're picking Junkrat first thing on Dorado, you probably are going to pick Junkrat on maps that make sense for him.
Yeah. Hanamura is the choice.
Hanamura, you'll love to see it.
I think both of us have fondness for this map.
Absolutely.
Oh, I forgot to take
another map just like Dorado where there's all kinds of high ground and different levels and little side rooms where it just allows you to have some really fun strategic possibilities with different characters and different compositions. You see the Sebastian strats here. See some familiar names in chat. See CMG Lightning, Plainfield North player in chat. Shout out to CMG. Hello, guys. Hey, thanks for having a vibrant Twitch chat tonight, guys. It's awesome. I'm sure these guys are going to love watching the clips back and seeing you guys root for them.
Oops. I said the wrong side. Winner chooses map. Loser. Sorry, I gotta get this right. Loser chooses map. Wow, that's bad. I said the wrong color. Winner chooses tech defense. Okay, so I believe I do need to switch these if red wants to go. So now we got to do this and swap all. And then I got to change what plan to blue.
Throwing the colors off, Terp. I'm going to have to pay attention.
Well, now I got to change the team names. So let's see, Whitney Young.
It's always so interesting the first week of the season because, you know, for all we've seen in IHSEA Overwatch, for all the Overwatch we've seen in general, we have no idea what these teams are going to do. I mean, we haven't seen them play with this roster yet. Jones has a couple of different players than last year, and it's just so interesting to see how the teams develop over the course of the year, especially, you know, as a coach having to watch them and figure out what to do against them. This first week is always a gigantic, scary question mark.
Yes, agreed. And, you know, as a tournament operator, I'm always like, I didn't sleep a whole lot last night. You know, you get nervous about how things go today and issues that could pop up. But for the most part, matches have run pretty well. Got to work a little bit on our score reporting inside League Spot, but we'll fix it as the weeks go on. But I think everybody else is good. Look, both teams. Casher's ready. You good there, Don?
Ready? Yes, right, I am. Let's go to Hanamura.
Oh, give me a portal.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Just one jump to point A, and I'd be happy.
You run Symmetra on Hanamura? Never.
Never. What are you talking about?
I've never done that either. I would never do that.
Nope, never do that. So we will. We'll see what comes out here. I'm gonna guess that possibly Whitney might have something like that in the bag.
Ready for
and Jones showing a sim on offense.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna get my wish though.
You wonder if Candy's going to stay on Brigitte, though. Brigitte is where she is in the balance of this game at the moment is virtually unplayable.
Not very good.
Nope. No.
We'll see.
They might be doing it. I mean, she certainly still has brawl. Yeah, it could be comfort. It could be the fact that if they're going to be teleporting straight onto point, she has some good brawl potential and just swinging her lip shot or, you know, swinging her mallet around and not really having to aim. But yeah, this is definitely a comp they're running right now that is strong at the get out of my face type fighting.
Yeah, no, that's pretty good. And again, if they run in a dive, and maybe that's what they're trying to counter, thinking that Jones is going to try to go in face, I'm sorry, Whitney Young's going to try to get in their face, but we'll see what comes out here.
Malona here with Lucio's skybox shooting.
So they didn't really hide the Symmetra. Let's see what they do with that.
Oh, check it out. So only a couple of them go through it. Ryan just walks forward.
Maybe a little bit of a bait because we saw how far back they retreated. Maybe that was, I mean, if it was done intentionally, it definitely got him on their back foot.
Nice hook. Rip Cross with the first pick on it.
Doing it again.
And that's going to fall apart very quickly. Probably going to see a switch immediately from Infix. Yeah, I just feel like it wasn't a very enthusiastic teleporter.
No, and we're going to have a long stagger here. There we go.
Good stuff.
My ultimate is charged.
Dryjack is going to have to really watch his Reinhardt. His Reinhardt has a tendency to play very aggressively up to this point, and Red Frost is going to punish that already, you've seen. So the bubble needs to be ready for your Ryan.
Full face. Look at him go. He's just going to get right up in there.
Yep. Cosine using his natural cover quite well. Grab comes out already. Here we go. Coalescence combo. Up. Infix did switch to Doomfist. I don't know that that's really the switch you want to make. With how slow he can be, Moira can kill him pretty easily, and if he gets hacked with his own sauce, he's completely useless.
Yep, he's grounded as it were. Yeah, just some. I think some. I don't know if they're just reaching right now, trying to figure out who switches out. I don't know. Okay.
Oh, Kosis with the behind the shatter.
There it is.
Whitney Young just seeming so much more comfortable together at the moment.
Yes. Very cohesive.
Hanamura does seem like one of those maps that either goes 1-0 or 6-5, so
Yes. Yep. You either can hold a point forever, or it's just nobody can get it's all in your face offense all day long. I'm not opposed to that.
it is going to be an ult-filled fight here.
Yes,
EMP though, if they can get that off without anything else,
that
that's
may
kind of
shut
what I'm
everything down. We'll see if they all stick to that. He's looking for it, and there it is. But here's what I will say for that. Don't stagger, okay.
Hi, Mom.
We're gonna have this ult advantage. I think they really have a great shot of taking point A here if they can come out and use their ult significantly. Get a good grab with the coalescence coming in.
Check out Owen sauce. Yeah, Lucky has to have this beat drop ready for this grab.
Yep. And well, I think it's for both sides. You got beat drops and grabs for both sides. So
you're right.
Whoever is going to go first is going to lose that match.
Yep. See who it is. Blocks the ship.
Grab comes out. And he's thinking, like, okay, up there.
Oh, and look, right as that grab came out, Lucky outside almost immediately.
Couldn't get his ammo.
Come and face me.
Oh, that's regrettable. I really thought that the ult advantage was going to tip the way of Whitney or of Jones there, just because they had 4-2.
Well, Jones really still does have it.
Well, no, I meant like yeah, they still do. I'm not saying they do, but like when they went into that fight 4-2 ult, I really thought that they could do that. But they walked into the grab. Let's see what they do here. If they get it out, nope.
No signs of our shifter was absolutely the game winner there.
That's it. Looking into that, the counter test, they come in after a grab, they come right at you, you shatter down. What can you do?
Now both of these teams in the A division, correct? The northern division, so to speak.
Yes. Yeah. So we've got a couple of divisions in our. As we wrap up this map, 4 seconds left. I don't think anybody's going to get touched on this one. All right. That'll wrap up round 1. We'll go to round 2 with the swap.
See you later.
So for the divisions of how we have it set up, yes, we've got 20 teams in Overwatch Varsity. Instead of having all 20 in one big group, we decided to run divisions this year and do 10 and 10. What this will allow us to do is you play almost everybody in your division with 10 teams and 7 games. It works out pretty well. So you think there's only a couple of teams that you wanted to play. And then when we get to the playoffs, we'll have A's versus B's throughout the first round to mix that up a little bit. But it helps us create our rivalry matchups or highlight those things. So especially on for something like this, where we've got a couple CPS schools. I know we'll get down south. We'll definitely highlight your school, Dalton, and get Glenwood involved. A great rematch of previous years standing, which will be a lot of fun for that. I know we'll have Niles North, Niles West, a whole bunch of those kind of things. We're just schools that are close to each other that would probably naturally play each other in other activities or sports. We're trying to bring that as well to this game. So that'll be a lot of fun to get those rivals.
What's also exciting moving forward in a post-COVID IHSEA is when you're playing more local schools, it might offer more opportunities for LAN things like we did with Springfield and Glenwood did last year. So hopefully this division thing will continue to grow. I think it's really cool. I think it's more exciting for our players to really build some ingrained rivalries. May boost the Bastion up.
Yeah, well,
as
soon as I saw Bastion, I'm like, well, he's going to try to lock down to that one side, but we'll see if he ends up staying there.
Not usually where a Bastion sits here.
No, that's wide open.
He will quickly drop if Owen gets one hack.
He starts to full engage. They're just letting them stay. He's going to eat through that shield. We got the ice wall comes out, blocks the team from getting. We got a split team, guys. That's not going to work.
Yeah, not at all. Look at the dance as this next fight goes. This is looking like it's going to be lost by Whitney Young here. As this next fight transpires, look at the dance that Reinhardt and Zarya for Whitney Young are doing. They are really, really good about one going forward, getting the bubble, one going forward, taking some shield, and keeping them both charged at all times. And it's this poking that's allowing them to get a pick finally and then jump in all at once.
Yep, I agree. We're going to see a little pushing. Here it comes. So we got some mortality, but Amu gets off to the side. Bastion going down. We got the trade.
Even fight so far.
Here we go. And the push comes in. All the shatter. Oh, 4-man shatter.
That'll be it.
And that'll give them a 1 tick. That's all it takes. Just that one. You know, when you have to have such a stout defense when you can't even allow it to let one person in. And there it was. So, and we'll see who comes up with our MVP round 2. See if Red Frost repeats. Nope, we're gonna go out. All right.
It's that big grab that happened.
Yep. Early on. There it is.
Immediately got in a backflip that grab and lit up Lucky Owl so that the Coalescence could finish the kill. That is why everybody was able to be so quickly beaten there, because that beat drop just did not happen.
Yep.
Look at the support with the kill participation.
That's awesome. So good. I've been informed that we have hit a very large number in our stream tonight. So
yeah, we've
guys,
been
thank you so much for tonight. That's awesome. We're gonna, this is the goal, that we want to have a 7 o'clock match every week, and everybody else will hopefully play before that, which will allow myself and whoever and Dalton here to finish up our stuff and come to you. I won't probably be able to cast every week, but for now, we're happy that so many of you have joined us. So that's so great. All right, let's get this map thing taken care of.
Yep, I will be here with you almost every week, except for that week that we have Springfield Glenwood. I will be off mic for that one. Let Terp take over there again.
There you go.
But it'll be fun to bring you guys Overwatch action all season. The Sombra wasn't as what's the word I want to use? Wasn't as flashy an impact at Hanamura, but was absolutely getting value in hacks still, and just causing a really big headache there for Jones.
And I think that just comes from the fact that to get angles in Hanamura means you got to get through the chokes. So, and that's really hard to do, especially if you want to be with your team. There are ways to do it, but yeah, not normally. I mean, Sombra I just not normally see Sombra out on Hanamura, but again, comforts, if it's working for you, roll with what works.
Yeah, Jones certainly has not shown any indication that they can stop Owen Sauce yet.
Right. I think between that and our Reaper friend getting in face, it gets pretty damaging as time goes along. Ike is
Eichenwald is where we're going. I think Eichenwald is an opportunity to potentially see some Pharah come out of these teams.
Yes, I think
you might see Echo come back out. We already saw the Echo Mercy combo earlier at Dorado.
Yep.
Pay attention this game, if Red Frost is playing Reaper again, guys, at how he just walks through Jones's main tank. He doesn't care about the shield. He doesn't worry about shooting it too much. He's just going to walk through. And that's where he's getting all of this charge from and applying so much pressure, is they're just not punishing him once he slightly overextends doing that.
I believe I already have them set to defense, so...
Yes, you do.
Make sure everything looks good. And then we'll get task for ready.
All right, Twitch chat. Is Whitney Young going to finish off the sweep, or will Jones live to go to a 4th map? Light it up. Cheer on your teams. They're going to love seeing it when they look back on the stream.
I'm not cheering for any particular team. I just love more maps. So I'm all about... I should say always. I'm not always about more maps. When I am casting and it's not my team, I am all about more maps. I love more maps.
You heard it, guys. So. Terp has no offense rooted officially for Jones here at map 3.
I just love more maps. I always go, 3-0s are great, when you're playing, right? You're dominant, you do what you have to do. But we actually had, just real quick, do a real recap. We had 2 3-2 games. We had 2 5-map runs out of our 10 matches. So 20% of our matches today went 5 maps.
Yeah, why don't you run us through our scores on the day for all of the other 9 matches while we're waiting here?
Sure. So let me grab this. Okay, so we'll start off. Barrington and Niles North, from my understanding, they went 5 full. Didn't get some score recording going there, but yeah, I believe it was Barrington ended up coming out on top for that one, 3-2. We had Rockford, Guilford versus Lions, and Lions 3-0'd on that one. The Naperville North Huskies took out Niles West 3-0. The Naperville Central Redhawks beat Taft 3-0. Then we moved down to the South Division. Glenwood overtook Eureka 3-0. Oswego East took out Roxana 3-0. We did unfortunately have one forfeit due to some reasons that Digital Chaos, Sandoval? Yeah, Sandoval was not able to play today, so Springfield did get the forfeit for that. And then we had Salem versus Springfield North. Salem won 3-0. And then the other one that we had go long was Unit 5, which was normal. Took out Oakville and Spartans 3-2. A very, very close match, also going 5 maps. So a lot of fun. Now we got to get to the action.
Here we go. Yeah, Cosine. Here's the dance between Cosine and his off tank. They're doing really well. The Fire Strike gets a lot of value. It's a charge. Here we go.
Right across. Down. Cosine also with his big old swings.
Cosine with the Reddit Reinhardt here on the first push.
And he has already got his ult. Man, that is just
nuts.
whatever swings he connected on so much on the Fire Strike, and then his swing, he was just cleaning up still. So watching this fat shatter coming down here in a little bit. There it is. It will one, it will take out the tank, but it just trickles after that.
Well, that's just something that I think a lot of people that, maybe playing Gold or Plat Overwatch, like they think that they need to get a huge ult. And that's not the case. I mean, really, you get a ton of value out of confirming one elimination if that is the person that will make them lose the fight. So that's exactly what Cosine does.
Especially in a fight that's like just you're just starting, you're just engaging, you take out a support or a main tank or something like that right away, and you can follow it up right away. Yeah, you don't need a full team wipe off that one kill, but it's like dominoes, as you saw. Everything kind of falls right after. Another re-engage.
Big.
Oh, Alexis, big hack. Comes in. Owen Sauce again, just drops that down.
Don't think the either the EMP or the Coalescence, definitely a little overkill there. That was a snap of a finger and they were gone.
Yep. You look down, then you look up. Coming out again. I'd love to see them get a tick here. Get something going. Gotta get around this corner though. They've got both support ults, but I'm not sure if that's gonna get them where they need to go. We'll see.
Right, Jack. Almost
They dropped 90 per day. Dropped his. Well up. Yep. Main tank there. That's gonna start that domino effect again.
This fight a little more spread out than the rest, but what Whitney Young is so good at doing right now is they're getting that first pick and then they move as a squad. I mean, they are a brick wall once they get first pick moving together. Jones just needing some answer. They do switch to Brigitte. I don't know that that is exactly the answer, but Owen Sauce finally
There's a
dropped.
big pick if they can get. So unfortunately, lost two in that experience. Ryjack is struggling with Steve now. Owen Sauce should be able to get back in time now.
Amu grabs there to keep the situation from potentially getting out of control.
Back in the fight.
Again, they're going to come up on 4 ults here, possibly 5 by the time Robin Banks gets his ult charged up again.
Yeah,
So.
and they're already in last fight territory with how long it takes to walk to point.
Yep.
They're only going to get one engagement out of it. They need to make it a good one.
And they got to spread out if they want to avoid this EMP. Owen Sauce could go on the backside or up top. Yep. The drop on it. Gotta be ready for this. Grab.
All time for the kill feed yet. There it is.
There's a whole bunch. Both sides, Riptire, but it looks to me like Whitney Young is going to push through on this one after all those ults getting used. 15 seconds remain.
The problem on the timing there is Bacon Strips Riptire was just too late. When you're going to grab Riptire combo, the Riptire needs to be hit first. And then find the grab because they didn't have time, or they had too much time. They were able to react and stop it with that beat drop. Hello, Ross. What's icing on that cake?
Just for good measure.
Oh,
Left out there. That's awesome for you. Feels bad. And no progress made on this one. So we will go one more round. Whitney Young needs 1 tick to wrap up this 3-0 victory. I'm not exactly sure what Jones can pull out on this one. I do think that if they can somehow separate Whitney Young from that wall that we talked about, get some separation, whether it be through forcefulness, whether it be Diva or Lucia or something like that, and get someone out of position with a knockback, it could help them. But like you said, I think Whitney Young's just playing so much more as a coordinated team, as a squad. The call to go is very precise, the advance, and I think they're using their ults in decent combination. And versus the other side, I think Jones is kind of a little bit haphazard with theirs. They kind of trickle in. They're not as often. And I think that has a lot to do with it. So they really don't have a plan when it comes to the usage of it. I guess we're not going to see any pharmacy today.
No, apparently not. I think, like you said, the only issue I've really had with Whitney Young's play thus far has been the slight overcommittal of ults. And,
Yes.
and aside from that, this is a team that has gone from not playing last year to look out North Division. This is a team you need to look at.
This will be fun. This will be fun. I'm so happy that we've got more teams involved, more schools involved than we have in previous years. That we've got some teams that haven't played before, so we're gonna get to see a lot of good play out of the state this year. So this will be fun. All right, here we go on attack.
Nothing fancy coming out from Whitney Young. They're playing to what they do.
Straight up again. Pretty much the same combination.
Huge hack on the right.
Great, yeah. Straight here. Support down. So I don't know if they're going to be able to hold on to this, but Owen Sauce getting kills, man.
Sombra has been real today.
Yes, it has. There's been no answer for it.
That'll be it.
A quick tick.
There it is.
Done. I had hoped to spend a little more time with you this evening, but as it goes, Whitney Young will be our champions tonight, 3-0 in this week 1 matchup. So I'm gonna quick take a look at the schedule for next week because I can do that.
Fantastic.
And we're gonna find out who we're gonna try. We don't have a confirmed yet, obviously, but who we're gonna try to get as our main.
Here's an early Reinhardt play as your play of the game. Cosine trusts his support, gets the big shatter, and just screams through the enemy team.
That's right.
Fantastic. Well played tonight to Whitney Young.
There you go. So next week we're looking at maybe bringing it down south a little bit. So near the border of Illinois, heading over. So Roxana and Salem is the one we're going to target next week, as those two schools are real close to each other. We'll check to see if they're willing to play on stream. If not, then we'll pick up somebody else. Looking at some of our winners from tonight. So let's see. Springfield's playing Oswego East. So that's 2 teams that have won already. Let's see. Niles North, Naperville Central. So yeah, we'll just have to see who's willing to line up next week. But we're so happy you guys could join us. Please come check us out tomorrow night for the Rocket League stream. That again going to be a lot of fun. But for now, this is Coach Turp for the Overwatch Week 1. Coach, anything else you want to add?
Thanks for tuning in, guys. We were over 100. It's so fun to see you in the chat. Turn it up every day. Rocket League on Thursdays, Overwatch on Wednesdays. GG's to Whitney Young and JCP tonight. And we'll see you next week, guys.
All right, let's go. Awesome. Thanks, guys.